Thursday evening in Paris. Roland-Garros full of life after a day that has been filled with tennis. Welcome to day 12. Good evening, lovely as ever to have your company on a day when the first champions of Roland-Garros 2024 have been crowned and the first singles final has been set. And with that in mind, here for you is what we have for you on this evening's show. It's the fourth final in 5 years for Iga Swiatek. Jasmine Paolini wins through to a first Grand Slam final. And the French flags were flying with the first title of Roland-Garros 2024. Now, we normally like to start the show by showing you some live tennis, but there is no live tennis. Would you believe, when you think back to a week ago with all the rain we had and the backlog of matches, we are 100% up to date. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the evening and all the tennis is done for the day and the spectators are just enjoying themselves within the walls of Roland-Garros. But what it does mean is that we can get stuck into the day's action, the highlight of which were the women's semi-finals. And here for you are how the matches unfolded. Now, this is a tough ask for anybody at the moment, taking on the world number one, Iga Swiatek, who was looking for her fourth Roland-Garros final. It was a 10-1 head-to-head in favour of Iga Swiatek, and Coco Gauff came out playing a very aggressive tennis, but at the same time, you could sense the nerves from the American, and Iga Swiatek was as solid as Iga Swiatek is. Slightly breezy conditions, but the sun was out, the roof was open. And they'd met most recently in Rome, the tournament for Roland-Garros. And it was a good performance from Coco Gauff, but just couldn't get close or get anything on the Iga Swiatek serve. Swiatek looking to make it 18 matches in a row on the clay. Now this was...
He did not. He called it and then I hit it. I'm 1,000% sure.
For me, it did not affect your shot. Like,
but if he called it before he hit it, I stopped my reaction. I didn't even finish my follow through. Are you serious? He called it before I hit it. Can you ask him?
No, we cannot ask him. You know, when he called it,
they're booing because you know you're wrong.
Sorry?
They're booing because you're wrong. He called it before I hit the ball. So I have to.
In my opinion,
I have the right to finish my swing. If he calls it while I'm hitting, it's not
for me, it did not affect the shot. That's the fact that
but did he call it before I hit the ball or not?
That's my decision.
You're wrong. And this is the second time that happened. She is shake. It's a Grand Slam semi-final. Know the rules of the game.
I wanted you to listen in to Coco Gauff, that the disagreement with the chair umpire orally taught decision was final. And then the tears of frustration, I think, more than anything else, began to flow from the young American, just 20 years of age. And as she said, this is a Grand Slam semi-final. But she was able to compose herself and she was able to create opportunities on the Iga Swiatek serve. The key thing is to try and cause a little bit of doubt in the world number one's mind. And all credit to Coco Gauff for resetting herself after the incident that clearly disrupted her and disrupted her train of thought. A great moment for Coco Gauff, getting the breaker serve. Then the question was asked, are you able to consolidate and extend your lead? But unfortunately, it would not be the case for Coco Gauff, and Iga Swiatek was able to turn it around, re-break, have the advantage, and then ultimately secure the win. A win that would take her to a fourth Roland-Garros final in 5 years, extend her winning run on clay to 18, that equals her best. She's now won 20 straight matches at Roland-Garros. She's a two-time defending champion. Would you believe she's now 72-1 when she's won the opening set on clay? Her only career defeat at tour level to Karolina Muchova in Prague in 2019. Since being match point down against Naomi Osaka in the second round, she has been ruthless, losing just 14 games in 4 matches. And she's 1 win away now from a clean sweep of Madrid, Rome and Roland-Garros. What a player the world #1 Iga Świątek is. We'll hear from Coco Gauff in a press conference shortly, but let's start with the world #1 Iga Świątek speaking on court.
For sure, you know, something changed. I would say I just adjusted better to the court, and you know, it's not easy to play these first matches on a Grand Slam because the atmosphere is much different. Sorry, I'm hearing myself. Because the atmosphere is much different on other tournaments, and against Naomi, for sure, I didn't have time to kind of get into it. She just was intense from the beginning and put pressure on me. So I'm happy that I handled it well. And after that, you know, the weather changed also, so it helps my game, I feel, and I just gained confidence, I would say.
Yeah, I think it was just overwhelming of everything. Obviously, I'm losing the match, and then, you know, when you're playing against her, like every point matters against anybody, but especially against her. So I think it was just one of those moments, but I overcame it. I obviously won that game, so I usually don't get too frustrated with like decisions like that, but I think it was just like a combination of everything going on in the moment.
Tough for Coco Gauff, but she continues on in the doubles competition. She has a doubles semi-final to play tomorrow alongside her partner Katerina Siniakova. So the question to be asked, who would Iga Świątek face in Saturday's final? One of either Jasmine Paolini or Mira Andreeva, who between them beat the combination of Elena Rybakina and Arina Sabalenka. Now, Jasmine Paolini won the award for the most improved player of the year last year. She's 28 years of age, and she was up against Mira Andreeva, who is just 17 years old. So an incredible opportunity for both of these players. Now, they had met recently, and Andreeva had come away with the win, so Paolini knew that she had to change a couple of things too. That was in Madrid when Andreeva would get the win. But Paolini played, we saw this yesterday in her quarter-final, played some smart tennis against the 17-year-old, who herself is tactically so aware. And we have to remember that still going strong in the doubles is Jasmine Paolini. And how about that? The first Italian woman to reach a Grand Slam final in nearly 9 years. The win takes her to 7th in the live rankings, reaching her first Grand Slam final. And would you believe she is undefeated when winning the first set in 2024? That's now 19-0 for the Italian. And she had never been past the second round in singles in a Grand Slam until this season. 4th round in Australia, and now through to her first Grand Slam final. It's the stuff for dreams for the Italian. She won Dubai, the WTA 1000 event. She won the doubles event at the 1000 event in Rome. And now on Saturday, she will be contesting her first Grand Slam final. Congratulations to Jasmine Paolini. She played such a great semi-final. There will be so much more on the future of Mira Andreeva. But this moment, there's the team. That's how happy they are. Her doubles partner there, Sarah Errani, is about Jasmine Paolini, who had this to say on court after the match was won.
Happy for sure. Yeah, it was. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. It was a tough match. She's playing unbelievable. She's 17 years old. She's so complete, so I was a little bit nervous before the match. I lost against her 1 month ago, so I was like, come on, you have to do better. And yeah, today I was nervous in the first set, but then ball after ball I was, you know, getting relaxed. And I know it's tough to be relaxed in this stage, but yeah, I'm really happy that I managed to, you know, to win the match at the end.
She did a good job of looking relaxed. We're going to build up to the final on Friday, but it's 2-0, the head-to-head and favourite, the Iga Świątek, but they haven't met since 2022. Now, you know that we tell you about the cameras that are everywhere here at Roland-Garros. It means we can capture these moments. That's her doubles partner, Sara Rani. She says she's getting so much inspiration from Sara Rani. He knows what it's like to contest a Roland-Garros final herself. They're still in the doubles. She's appreciated all the advice she's got from Rani, and now she has to enjoy this moment. Such a special, special moment for Jasmine Paolini. And that moment when you go down the stairs and you meet your team and you're bumping into people, and she has such an incredible smile on her. So congratulations to Jasmine Paolini. Your women's singles final is set. It will be Iga Świątek, the world #1, against Jasmine Paolini, who'll be the world #7 from Monday. Now, I mentioned at the start of the show that we have our first champions crowned of 2024. And it will go to the second seeds of Laura Siegemund, the 37-year-old, and 40-year-old Edouard Roger Vasselin, making their team debut. And what a debut it was. They would come through against Ziri Kravchuk and Neil Skupski, who lost in the final of the mixed in Australia. For Siegemund, it's her third Grand Slam title, her second mixed. She won the US Open in 2016 with Mate Pavic. And for Edouard Roger Vasselin, now it's his first mixed title. 10 years ago, he won the Roland-Garros doubles title with Julien Benneteau, but the first time he has won a mixed title. So congratulations to them. You're going to hear shortly how it came to be that they were playing together. But they played so well. And you have to remember that yesterday, because of the backlog of matches, they had to win 2 matches to reach the final. What a moment. The sun beating down on Philippe Chatrier, and they allowed all the public in, so it was absolutely packed. It was a fantastic crowd for this mixed doubles final. There's the trophy. Lots of hands still to be shaken. The trophy is going to be raised. They are your champions, Laura Siegemund and Edouard Roger Vasselin. So there you go. They are your champions, and here are a few words with them after the title was won.
This was a last-minute thing. I didn't want to play mixed here because I was in singles, doubles also, and then Edouard called me or texted me like 2 hours before the deadline. So I was like, I always wanted to play with him and was always somehow not working out. And then I was like, I can't say no. Now he's finally free. He wants to play. So I think it was a good decision that we signed up. Yeah, thank you so much for playing with me. I really, I enjoyed some mix before, but this was special. I really enjoyed it. And also having you fans in the back through him, that was really amazing. And lastly, thanks. And lastly, thanks to my team, Anto, Sofia. We had a really long week here, lots of ups and downs. So thanks for hanging in there with me. And yeah, here it is. Thank you.
Merci, Laura. Edouard?
Ouais, un petit mot en anglais, just a few words to say, yeah, of course, congratulate you guys. For sure, it's special to win in Wimbledon, and for me, it's really special to win here. So congratulations also to your team. Thank you, Laura, for accepting my last decision. I mean, yeah, like you said, like 2 hours before, I had no partners, and you said yes. So I'm glad you said yes, and we had a great week. So thank you for you and to your team as well.
That worked out well, didn't it? 2 hours notice, a text. She doesn't want to play the mix, has always wanted to play with Edouard Roger Vasselin. She says yes, and they are the Roland-Garros mixed doubles champions for 2024. Now, we've heard from 3 of the 4 players who took to the court in the women's singles semi-finals today. Now, Mira Andreeva, the 70-year-old, has just been into her press conference. We wanted to bring you a little bit of what she had to say.
Yes, I would say that it's a good result despite the loss. So I can take a lot of positive out this tournament, and yeah, of course, I'm a bit disappointed from today's match outcome, but it is what it is. So we have to move on.
And I'm sure she will. She is just, it's worth repeating it, 17 years old, and she's already been into a Grand Slam semi-final, working with Conchita Martinez, a partnership that is working so well. So good luck to her moving on. Now, every night we've brought you our shot, our moment of the day, and all the tennis has finished for the day. So we had a lot to look through, and here for you is the moment for us that came out on top. A perfectly placed lob. Now, tomorrow the attention in the main draw, in the singles, switches to the men because it's men's semi-finals day with the final to follow on Sunday. We've got a couple of absolute blockbusters for you. Now, the first of the men's semi-finals, that is a not before 2:30 start featuring this young man here, 22 years of age, and he will be the new world #1 on Monday. He's only lost twice this year, once to Stefanos Tsitsipas, semi-finals at Monte Carlo, and once to Carlos Alcaraz, the semi-finals at Indian Wells. He withdrew during Madrid because of his right hip. He made the difficult decision to withdraw from Rome, but here he is, and he faces this man who, as I touched on, knows how to beat him in 2024, but that was on a hard court. The arm sleeve for Carlos Alcaraz still evident after that right forearm injury. Only dropped the one set, as has Jannik Sinner, and just playing a 7th event of the year, Carlos Alcaraz. Now it's going to be a 9th meeting between the two. They've split it 4-4. After that Indian Wells meeting, they've only met on clay once before. That was Umag in 2022. Sinner won that, and they've met once at a Grand Slam. That was Wimbledon in 2022, and Sinner came out on top. Have no clue who's going to win that one. They're not before 5:30. It's 2 apiece between Sasha Zverev in your picture, the 4th seed, 27 years of age. Now, this is a repeat of last year's semi-final, which Zverev would lose, but it's his 4th consecutive Roland-Garros semi-final. His best showing has been runner-up in the US Open in 2020, but he comes in great form because he won the title in Rome. So he's looking for a 2nd Grand Slam final. And he's been in some great form. He's come through a couple of grueling matches, but he's facing a young man in Casper Ruud, the 7th seed, who knows what it's like to reach the final here on 2 occasions, 2022 and 2023. He's also in some great form. He won the ATP 250 event in Geneva. That's the week before Roland-Garros. And also this year, he won his first title above 250 level. That was Barcelona, beating Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's reached 5 finals this season, Casper Ruud, and he's been going along pretty smoothly. Now, in the 4 previous meetings, their only clay meeting was in the semi-final here last year, where Ruud won through 6-3, 6-4, 6-love. Quietly going about his business, Casper Ruud. That one is not before 5:30. It could be a very long day of tennis, but whatever happens, we will be back with you at the same time. That's 8 p.m. local time. There's a couple of finals we can bring you the results of. There's the semi-finals. One, I'm sure, will be completed. The other one might still be on court, but we'll have all the action and reaction for you. So tennis has been completed here on day 12. Enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are, and we look forward to your company again at the same time tomorrow.